Hello everybody, welcome to our live studio show here at MXGPTV.com with myself, Paul Mayland, and Lisa Leyland, where this weekend we have Henry Jacobi, Roman Febvre, and Antti Pyronen, or Pyronen, as you said.
I said Pyronen.
Pyronen. But before we go any further, though, Lisa Leyland, great to be back in Holland, but this time last year, it's almost like we went back in time to the Ice Age.
I know.
But what a difference a year makes.
Exactly. I mean, we've got the sun, we've got the sand. It's like being in a beach, isn't it? And it's crazy. I had my snow boots last year, and now I've got my suntan lotion. Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really, but it's fantastic weather.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and maybe we'll get it in Italy next week. But look, let's crack on with the show. Henry Jacobi, F&H Racing Team, is with us now. And Henry, we'll talk in more detail about your season in a moment, but coming into round 3, second in the championship, you must be delighted with the way things have started so far.
Yeah, sure. Especially also after the team switch last year, you have a whole winter program in front of you. You train very hard, and then you travel to the first round, and you really don't know where you are. Are you top 10? Are you top 5? And maybe you win. You never know. So everyone was quite happy with the performance by now.
Obviously, you've stepped up to a bigger team. You're pretty much a private team last year, and you're obviously working with Mark. The whole team works with Mark Deruva, ex-rider. Do you feel that kind of discipline, working with him, giving you that kind of structure has helped you this year? Did you think you needed that extra push, or were you always, able to push yourself like that?
No, I needed him.
Yeah.
Also in every kind of way. Also on the track. But I think also off the track I needed him, because we get such a good atmosphere in the team. I think it's most importantly him who does this atmosphere, and then we work together every day almost. So he's becoming part of this also. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a look at Patagonia. 3rd in the first race of the year. Perfect start to the season, like you said, especially with that team switch. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, really, really happy.
I mean, the track and everything, but the overall performance was good. I mean, last year the F&H team showed that they produced good bikes, good engines, and a good support for their riders. Obviously, you were feeling that last week, but to go there, were there any expectations for you going into the first round? Were you thinking, you know what, top 3 would be nice, but to come away, with the performance that you put in, were you just kind of okay, that's what we wanted, that's what we got?
I think my goal, and also from the team, was to have a rider maybe in the top 5. It could be also Adam. So I think my goal was just to see where I am. I know I like this track, and then I got 5th overall, tied on points for 3rd. So everyone was happy with that. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned you were tied on points for 3rd. Was that a bittersweet feeling, knowing that you had the pace for the podium, but you just lost out on that countback?
Yeah.
As a rider, that's always frustrating.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of a bummer, but overall, I was really happy with that second race also, because I came from, I think, outside of the top 20 to 5th, and that I never did in my whole life before. Yeah. So I need to be happy with this also. Yeah.
Well, last week in Matterley, another good weekend, 2nd and 3rd, 2nd overall. You look like you were having quite a bit of fun there. Everybody has fun at Matterley, don't they, really?
Yeah. Everyone who asks me what my favorite track is, you have to say it's Matterley, but it is a fun track, and but it is for everyone, so. Yeah.
And of course here, this was your first podium of the year, and it was actually your best overall career finish. Do you feel that there is more to come, more race wins, more overall victories?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't do this to get 2nd.
No.
Yeah.
So but yeah, the one more goal is to win a race.
Sure.
Maybe then the next goal would be to win overall. But then I run out of goals probably, because after last year's Trentino, I just said I want to be one more time on the podium to enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
actually, yeah, good point. I mean, we got some great celebrations of you after the finish line here. I think you realised maybe you're on the podium, but Trentino, I guess you didn't expect it, and maybe it was a lot to take in. And this one, like you say, maybe you're kind of hoping and expecting more. But did you enjoy the podium more this time?
Yeah, but still not like I wanted to after Trentino, because Yeah, I was. I don't know. It's a strange feeling to go up there, and then I was not really enjoying it like I wanted to. But yeah, still, many friends were there. My family were there. So also for the team, I felt really, really good to give them that. Also that podium for them, because it's not like that FNH racing team is every weekend on the podium.
That
so
could change
for them
this year.
it's also special.
That could change.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, well, we hope so too. Henry, we have a question for you on social media, and this one's from MX Justin. And he says, do you believe enough in yourself to be MX2 world champion in your last MX2 season, especially now you're on the top in the points? Also, which areas have you improved training with trainer Marco Deruva? Because you said earlier that you needed him.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's two questions. So the first one is if I believe in myself to be a world champion. So I think I always believe in myself to do really good. I don't go out there and say, yeah, I'm the world champion this year, because there's many more who think that. But it's 2 rounds now, from still 17 to go.
Yeah,
or something.
still early.
So I just try to do what I did the last 2 races and finish always as good as I can, and then in the end I still believe that I did my best. So if this is the world champion in the end of the year, for sure I need some help from different things, but if it's possible, then I for sure believe in that very much.
Okay, final question. When you were with STC last year, I think previously you rode it at Red Sand to get some winter training. Now you've moved up to the Netherlands full time. How much sand riding have you been doing during the winter, and how do you feel about having the 3rd round here in Valkenswaard? Are you more prepared for a sand race now than you probably ever have been?
Yeah, we spend so much time in the sand. I think, like a factory team also, which is based in Lommel, they go almost every day to these tracks.
Sure.
So we also go so many times in the sand that this is like a home GP for me now. Mark, you know, he lives 10 minutes from here.
Sure.
So he definitely knows something in this track that nobody else knows. Maybe this will help me, and we find out this weekend.
Yeah. All right, well, look, Henry Jacobi, FNH Racing Team. Congratulations on your season so far. Okay, we are only at the beginning. Have a great weekend, and we'll see how everything pans out over 2019. Henry Jacobi. Right, our next guest is in position, Roman Febvre. Before we meet him, though, let's take a quick look at some highlights from MX2 Race 2 from Matterley Basin last weekend. MX2 Race 2, and once again, number 28, Tom Vial on the Red Bull KTM was first to arrive at the Fox whole shot line. That's 3 now for the young Frenchman. He was followed over the line by Dylan Walsh. This time, Thomas Kjær-Olsen, number 19, was right there in his wheel tracks, as Jacobi, Matthijs Guarami and Calvin Verlanderen all gave chase. Dropping downhill for the first time, Thomas Kjær-Olsen wasting no time, finding his way past the Revo Husqvarna of the number 53 of Dylan Walsh. Just behind the number 29 of Jacobi. Made a mistake, he slipped a gear. That allowed Verlanderen an easy move through, and that put Verlanderen up into 4th position. Olsen swooped around the outside of Vial. And once again on lap 2, the Dane was through into the lead on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Walsh started to feel the pressure from Jacobi and Jago Geerts. And despite showing a little bit of muscle, it took another lap or so for the 29 to find his way past Walsh. Watson was never too far behind on the second of the Monster Energy Khmer Yamahas, and both found their way past Walsh around about lap 6 in the race. Then Jago Geerts fell, just like he did in race 1, down to 9th place. He would eventually get back to 6th behind his teammate Watson by the time the checkered flag fell. Verlanderen eventually found his way past the number 28 of Vial to take 2nd with 4 laps to go. But it was a fantastic weekend for the young Frenchman. He was on course for picking up his first ever MX2 podium in only his 2nd Grand Prix. 29, Jacobi, homed in on the Frenchman as well. And with 2 laps to go, the German was through into 3rd place. that would ensure the 29 of Jacobi, second overall in the Grand Prix. 19, Thomas Kjær Olsen, the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, was sensational here at Matterley Basin. He crossed the line to take his first ever double moto win, ahead of Valandren, Jacobi, Vial and Watson, and it was Olsen, the overall winner. Jacobi came home second, his second ever visit to a podium. Of course, he was third overall in Trentino and third for Vial. Valandren, though, moves up to third in the championship. But what a fantastic weekend here. Your top three, Thomas Kjær Olsen, Henry Jacobi and Tom Vial. And there's your new championship leader right there, Thomas Kjær Olsen. Welcome back to the second part of our MXGP TV studio show here live, round 3 of the FIM Motocross World Championship at Valkenswaard in the Netherlands. It's the MXGP of the Netherlands. Second guest is in, Roman Febvre, and Roman Febvre, of course, riding for Monster Energy Yamaha MXGP team. Not racing this weekend, unfortunately. We know why. He kind of had a bit of an off in Argentina. First of all, how is the foot and how is the recovery process going?
Yeah, first of all, hello everyone. Yeah, the recovery process, it's going good as planned. Yeah, I need time around 6 weeks. So I had a screw, I had a really good, successful surgery. So this is a really good point, but yeah, now I need time. Yeah.
Well, it's quite a shame because up until the crash, you were looking smooth. I think we got some images here of you riding there, but you look good, you look relaxed, and back to you. You know, it's been a tough couple of seasons, but you just look like you're in control. And then just from out of nowhere, the next thing we see, you're on the ground. I mean, do you know what happened? Have you seen it back? Did you change your line? What was how did it sort of look from your situation?
Not much to say. I just, before that takeoff, he had some pretty bad line. Yeah. And then like a small jump just before the takeoff. Then I jumped a little bit too much on the first one, and then just land middle of the rods and cross the rods, and then just the bike kicked me sideways, and then I could not do anything. So like you say, it's a pity. I was riding good, feeling comfortable. And just like I said, taking my time because nobody on the guys on the front was a bit too far to do something, and then on the back he had nobody, and I was just alone, just to cross control race, and then it happened. So and I think it was like 3 minutes to go. So but it's so it is. I cannot do anything now. Yeah.
Okay, well, more from Roman in a minute. But here's a reminder about how you can watch MXGP in 2019 with our MXGP TV season package, which includes live and on-demand action from every round of the season, including all qualifying races, the FIM Monster Energy Motocross of Nations, WMX, and all EMX European races. It's the only place to watch every second, every weekend, every race of MXGP live. Also included is our studio show and 26-minute highlight program Behind the Gate. So for more info, check out our website mxgp.com and enjoy the season. Yeah.
Well, look, back to Roman Febvre. Well, look, as you said, there's nothing more you can do. Waiting is the only thing. We won't dwell on it. Let's go straight to social media. We have a bunch of random questions here, so be prepared.
Very popular on social media for you, Roman. The first one's from Eddie Wade, and he says, what is your favorite part about riding for Yamaha?
For Yamaha, it's, the first of all, they are everywhere on the racing program, so you can go. Like they have a lot of bikes from 50 now. They do the 65, 85, 125. They do all the categories. So it's really good to follow. And then, like I say, they are running their own championship now with the 125 and the Blue Crew. So you can see really like the kid from the beginning now till here we are like in the MXGP. So it's good to see, and then like I say, you have a lot of help from everywhere. I had a lot of support from Lynn Jarvis, the team manager from the MotoGP. They are really looking for at the motocross series also, so it's nice to see a lot of support from them. And it's like a really huge family. Yamaha, like now I had few bad years with my result, and they are still like really strong behind me. They believe in me or what I can do, and it's why I'm here and racing with them.
Okay, brilliant. Well, another one from Luni Dassina. What age did you start riding?
3 years old. I was 3, really kid on the PW 55, so 50. So at 3 years old, and then I think I start racing at 6 years old.
Okay. Well, that's the next question from Sam Coupier. How old were you when you started racing? But you're 6.
Yes, 6, because we was not allowed at my age to start before. So at 6.
Okay. Another question from Burke 2134. You look faster than ever this year. What changed?
Has Jackie had an influence?
Yeah, of course. Many things. Yeah, many things. I changed for sure my training partner. So Jackie, as a trainer, and then I rode all the winter long with Ben Watson also. We was only 2 of us, and Jackie. We spent 1 month together in Sardinia. So for sure, we work a lot on my techniques and speed. That was the 2 main things to change in my program. I was not taking care so much of my technique before when I was alone, and then to work the speed also on the track, I didn't do that so much. And we work a lot on this winter, so I think it changed. Yeah, like now I got the speed this season. And also my technique changed on the bike a little bit. I didn't have the same technique as last year. So this is the main things to change. And then of course we changed few things on the bike with the team. We progressed quite a lot, mainly on the start. I could start really good this season. So we try to keep going that way.
Well,
okay, well look, we have 2 minutes, 4 questions left.
Okay, go Joe Spatton. What is your favourite track?
Argentina.
Oh yeah, ironic.
Yeah, like I say, Argentina is my favorite, but I never been on the podium yet. So
okay. Never say never. Okay, King Maddie Dog. Do you want kids?
Yes, 1 or 2. Yeah, 1 minimum. 2
I
maximum.
think Megan will probably have the final say on that one.
Yeah, a couple of mini Febvres.
At Sam Kessler 24, do you have favourite shoes?
No.
We said they were random.
I have my slippers, my bedtime slippers are my favourite shoes.
No favorite. It's no shoes favorite.
Running shoes?
I'm walking in my place like with no shoes. Also outside sometimes. So
your motocross boots are your favourite.
You could have
your favourite shoes. That's it. That's the answer.
You could be a Kiwi. They never wear shoes.
Almost.
Okay, and the final question is the Swiss 47. What do you think about Jeremy Seewer?
New teammate this year, of course.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's new in the team, so he need to learn a little bit everyone. And he was also sick this winter, so we didn't spend as much time as we should be together. So, but he's nice. He's really nice. He's a little bit younger than me, so for sure he will push. I think now that he start to learn the bike and all the team. Then he can do a little bit better the next race. And like I say, he was injured. Yeah, he was injured this winter, but he was sick, so he could not train as much as he can. So I think he could be really good at the next few races.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, Roman Febvre, you have your crutches there. In a moment, you can hop your way out of here. Good luck with the recovery.
Thank you.
And hopefully we see you on the track again soon. Roman Febvre, Monster Energy Yamaha. And it just goes to show that if you do send your questions in, no matter how crazy, how random, they will get asked. So more questions next week, please. Anyway, Antti Pyränen is in the house. We'll talk to him in a moment. Let's catch up with some MXGP Race 2 highlights from Matterley Basin 1 week ago. After an explosive MXGP Race 1, all eyes were on the start of MXGP Race 2. Dean Ferris in for Roman Febvre crashed at the start of turn 1, was ran over by several people as Kai Rowley cruised to his second foxhole shot. The 2 Kawasaki's of Dessau and Lieber crashed, taking Anstey with them. Lupino on the GoPro here was forced to run wide as well. Meanwhile, a couple of corners later, Geiser was making his move on Kai Rowley. He made it stick. And this was a carbon copy of what we saw in the early stages of race 1. Paulin back there in 3rd, Jasikonis 4th, and Siwa in 5th on his Monster Energy Yamaha. Jonas was also in there as well for the second of the Rockstar Husqvarnas in 6th in the early stages. Geiser, though, looking to learn from his mistakes in race 1, trying to smooth out the mistakes, was putting the distance between himself and Tony Cairoli. The gap now around about 5 seconds. Sean Simpson and Onno Tonus were having their own little battle further on, and it was Tonus who eventually found his way past Simpson. That put him up into 8th place. Van Horvik, another good start, eventually muscled his way down the inside of the number 41 of Porsche Jonas on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. That got him up into 6th place, a position where the Belgian would stay. Siwa gave chase to one of his buddies, Jasikonis, but on the track, it's all business. Dessau saved his Kawasaki from sliding out beneath him. He lost a position to Koldenhoff, but he eventually found his way back past the Dutchman and then went after Jonas. He eventually came home in 7th. Koldenhoff was just behind him in 8th by the time the flag fell. Gauthier Paulin, Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha, once again looking confident on his new ride. He was in 3rd, but some distance off of the top 2. Tim Geiser and Tony Cairoli. Cairoli tried a last lap effort for the win, but it was Geiser who held on just. And it was he who went on to win race 1, his first race victory since the French Grand Prix, the final round of 2017, and it was good enough for 2nd overall. Tony Cairoli, though, your overall winner here. Paulin on the podium for the first time since Ottobiano last year. Cairoli continues to lead the championship, Geiser 2nd, Paulin is now up to 3rd. And the overall championship mirrors the podium here today. Gauthier Paulin 3rd overall for Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha, 2nd for Team HRC's Tim Geiser. Tony Cairoli, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, taking his 87th Grand Prix victory and another win here at Matterley. He continues to lead. Next stop is Valkenswaard, the MXGP of the Netherlands. Welcome back to part 3 of our live MXGP TV studio show here, round 3 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of the Netherlands. And our third guest is in with us, Antti Pirhonen from Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing, team manager. And good to see you, Antti. Always.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you in our studio.
Thank you.
Brand new set of riders this year with Arminas Jasikonis, AJ, and Porsche Jonas, PJ. What's the story behind those two in terms of what was it that you felt these are the two guys for your team this year?
Yeah, first of all, both of them are of course really young, so that's that gives us the possibility to work on them, you know, and work for the future success. Let's say like this, that this year they need to get their feet wet on this class and also to get experience, show also result, you know, and potential that they can be the future top riders in MXGP class. But yeah, that's definitely the goal, you know, to build them up and go for the real success, you know, for 2020, 2021. So this is really the goal, you know, to not settle in with the team, you know, to finish 4th or finish 5th or 6th or 3rd, you know. But we want to have a guys that can eventually battle, you know, for the win when the more, let's say, experienced guys are starting to stop or fade down.
Sure. How was the off season? Because both riders either coming back from injury or surgery. How was that for you to deal with as a team manager? Because I guess they're riding at different times and you're testing with one and not the other. And how is that? It must drive you crazy sometimes.
Yeah, to be honest, it was really tough, you know, because we of course were really happy to sign Pauls, you know, for the team and as a ex MX2 world champion. So he's one of the guys that everybody wants to have and everybody wants to have for the future. And then basically quite quickly after the signing, you know, he got the injury in Turkey, which is part of the game. but on that moment when we knew that okay, it's a knee injury, that it's gonna take most obviously 6 months, so then of course we knew that for the 2019 the real preparation will be tough. So we missed October, November, December, January riding. You know, it was more like a rehab.
Yeah.
So on that side it was quite difficult, but on the other side also we wanted to show, you know, that we are really standing behind him, you know, helping on everything we can, and that made us also to bond really well together. So he also saw that we are not putting any extra pressure, and we are there also on a good and bad times.
Good.
Well, going into Argentina, what were your expectations for both riders? Were you confident that they would be okay?
Yeah, to be honest, I was quite confident that they will do their best, you know, without excuses, that they will just put in their best effort, and that's exactly what they did. You know, AJ, after quite a mediocre start, he finished 6th overall, so it was he can do better, but it was still, you know, solid performance. And from Paul's, you know, he had that moment, it was his first race of the season, and he had only 20 hours on his belt, so he also did really good, you know, to finish first moto 9th and second moto also in their battle for the top 10. So for sure we aim more, we want more, but now we need to be a little bit patient and keep building up, keep working, and I believe that after halfway season we start to see some really great things, you know.
Well, as you mentioned, AJ was 6th in Patagonia and again last weekend in Matterley. How pleased were you with his 4th place finish in race 2, and has that perhaps given him that added boost of confidence coming into this weekend?
Yeah, exactly. So from my side, you know, it's like a win for us, to be honest, you know, like close to podium and finishing 4th, you know, it's a great achievement with all these great riders racing on that class. So it was a really good job, and I believe that these performances, these results, you know, will bring even more, you know, good results, because AJ is a young guy, 21 years old, and not so much experience. So of course he's a little bit nervous still, you know, and not so confident. So these little results, you know, are bringing more confidence, and that brings more further success.
Well, it's never easy coming into a first GP with no race time under your belt. Even harder when you move from MX2 to MXGP. But just tell us, Paul's looked more comfortable last week, didn't he, than he did in the first round?
Yeah, a little bit more. That's true, because that was already the second race of the season. So on that side, let's say until 15-20 minutes, he was really up there, you know, on the pace, top 6. So it was good, you know. So he basically made 100% more races than on the first one. So second ever race in MXGP class, and already up there, you know. But yeah, we need to keep building. We need to keep working during the week, and when he gets more races, you know, more hours on the bike, then he will be up there for sure. And from the team side, you know, we are also learning him still, you know. We are learning the bike setup. We are learning, you know, what he likes, and testing the bike, improving the bike more for him, you know. And I'm really confident that he will be quite soon up there. But we just need to be a little bit more, keep it cool now.
Yeah. And just really quickly, we've got about a minute to go. He was obviously in some good battles with Clement and Glenn Koldenoff. They're now more veterans of the MXGP class. But how is he settling on the 450? Just really quickly, is he enjoying being on the bigger bike?
Yeah, he's enjoying, and he since day one, to be honest, you know, like he loved it, you know. He liked it, the bike, he liked it, the power, you know. He feels that he can select more his lines, he can use more his technique with the 450, so he's definitely liking it, and yeah, he's doing good. Generally on our team, you know, he feels like home, he feels comfortable, so that's very important for all of us.
All right, Antti, thanks for joining us today on our live studio show. Of course, Antti and the boys will be out on track a little later on, but make sure you join us live, 12:55. That is the first race for WMX, first round of their season this year. 3 o'clock, first race of the year for the EMX 125. And qualifying, MX2, 3:45, we're on air, and MXGP 4:40. So make sure you don't miss any of the action from the Netherlands here this weekend at Valkenswaard. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week in Italy, at Trentino. See you then. Bye for now.